Let's take a swift transition onto toxic diet culture. Can you give us your opinion on that and how it's currently impacting both women and men on their health and fitness journeys?
Yeah, I'm glad you said both genders, and I know there's other genders as well, so I don't want to forget them. So I think like toxic diet culture is has an impact on those who are on health and fitness journeys, but the belief is basically that your appearance and shape are more important than your mental or your physical health. That's generally what toxic diet culture is. There was a certain celebrity that came out a couple of weeks ago after wearing a certain dress, and that was the epitome of toxic diet culture. She was. We don't know what her struggles are. I'm in the middle on this. We don't know if she has struggled with her food or her body image. If you look at any paper when she looks well, I'm talking about Kim Kardashian, by the way. Um, if if we if Kim Kardashian looks amazing, she gets put into the papers. If she doesn't look great, she gets put into the papers. And there's comments either or. And everyone's going to have a different opinion whether she looks good or different opinion if she looks negative. But why does that matter to you or I? Why does it matter what Kim Kardashian looks like? Why does it matter if she's wearing a certain dress? We don't know what struggle she's had to get into that. She's spoken about it. I do think she has a kind of a voice to kind of say, well, and a platform to say not to promote the quick fix that she did. I do think that's a massive thing for her. But what's the difference between her doing quick fixes and diets than a boxer like Katie Taylor or a jockey like Nina Carberry doing fast diets in order to make a weight for a fight or a race? What's the difference? The only difference is they're not saying this is how I did it. They're not saying what they're doing. We know in the background that their system and stuff like that isn't potentially healthy, but we also look at Katie's approach potentially, and I would say it's over a longer period of time. Like jockeys' worlds are tough. I remember seeing a documentary with AP McCoy, one of the biggest names in, and the struggles that they've had. And there was another one who was quite tall. I can't remember his name now. And he was like, because he was taller and his bone density was a little bit heavier, he had to really like go into saunas and stuff. It's not a healthy approach. But the difference is it's the verbal execution of it. Toxic diet culture talks about the good v bad food. It talks about cutting out food groups, and it glorifies that. It promotes extremes. It talks about earning foods and rewards. It talks about shame and food guilt and promotes those. Now, all those combined, you wouldn't let your kids do. So why are you doing them? Why are you aiming for those? And the answer probably is, well, I'm at my wits end and I want to get this off once and for all. It's like, yes, but if you look at every other approach you've taken, they've had some sort of toxic diet culture in, whether it's a good food bad food group, whether it be called a sin for a free food. Like I think is a sin if a banana is in its full form, it's a sin, and if it's mushed up, it's not a sin. Like really, it's the same fucking thing. Um, so toxic diet culture, it's out there, it's rampant. I know there's a lot of misinformation on TikTok, there's a lot of information on social media. If someone is saying something and it's saying a food or a supplement is the holy grail and it's the best thing, or it's telling you to take out a food, because I've seen results. Because if you take out any food, you're going to have weight loss, but you may not be able to keep it as soon as you introduce that food back in. If you're having food guilt, why are you having food guilt? If you have fear around food, why are you having fear around food? It's all learned. It can be dissected and unlearned, but a quick fix or a toxic diet that's been promoted by certain individuals or promoted or pushed is not going to suit you. I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon because there's too much money to be made in for individuals. I don't think the industry is going to be regulated anytime soon. It's too much money for the tax man. It's too much revenue for the individuals. Um, yeah, I would do an audit. If someone's listening to this and they haven't audited their feed of who to believe and who not to believe, I would probably do that after this podcast and kind of do that, because it's important where you're taking your information on. Because if you're waking up first thing in the morning and you're seeing, I don't know, someone with massive quads and massive glutes, and they've said they've got to something. Because I think, was it yesterday, I saw some article with one of the women that used to be on Love Island. You'd look at her and it's body goals for most people, but she came out and said, like, I was on 1,200 calories in order to get this quick fix, and now I'm back eating myself, and I don't feel comfortable in myself, but I know I need to do this to repair myself, with my food and my journey and stuff like that. So she said she's done the extreme, she's promoted the extreme, but she's also gone back and said, right, well, it got me to a point, and now I'm trying to actually address the issues that are going on around it. I can't remember which individual it is, but it was one of the girls off Love Island.